it's a... What am I know, now that I've singled out Richmond, I'm going to have to go and participate in Occupy Richmond. Walnut Creek. Walnut Creek is where we need to be. Isn't that where the money is? All right.
Elderly people are there.
I understand that Mayor Kwan is, she's finishing up her press conference, and I am going to try and see if I can talk to her. You know, I saw her. I'm sorry that when she came yesterday to talk, that she didn't wait to speak at the General Assembly, because I think the. Well, there's a process. We're not in a General Assembly right now, but there's a process at the General Assembly where you sign up to speak, and we're all equals. And so, I've been in New York, so I've been in Occupy Wall Street, and if I'm number 17 to speak, I'm number 17 to speak, and it doesn't matter if I'm Michael Moore or Michael Schmo. You know, it doesn't. And it's the spirit. That's why this movement is built, because it is a movement of equals. Everybody has something to give to this. We're all in this together. We're going to sink or swim together. That's our choice right now. When I was there last night, somebody asked one of the people in the media tent, "What are the goals? What are you trying to accomplish?" And he said, well, our mission is in our name, Occupy Wall Street, and then he said, period. And I thought about that for a second. Occupy Wall Street, period. In other words, it isn't just about these encampments. It's that we're not stopping until we, the people, occupy our economy that runs this country. When somebody says to me, well, you know, what's the goal? What's the end game? And I say, well, let me tell you something, first of all. We've already had a number of victories in our first 6 weeks. And let's acknowledge those victories. All right? Number one, we have killed despair across the country. Dissipating right now. This movement has killed apathy. People have got up off the sofa. They've turned off Dancing with the Stars. And they're out in the streets. This is a victory. Here's something very important we've done. 6 weeks ago, what was all the media talking about? All the politicians in Washington, all the pundits. What was the national discussion that we weren't part of that they determined? What were they talking about? The debt ceiling. The debt ceiling. The deficit. We've got to reduce the deficit. We've got to reduce the deficit. Over and over and over all summer long. The debt ceiling, the deficit, the debt ceiling, the deficit. Can I ask you honestly? When's the last time in the last few weeks you heard them talking about the debt ceiling? Or the deficit? This movement has shut down that bullshit discussion. That is a huge victory. You have altered the national discussion. You have off with it. This is what people are talking about in every town and city and village across America. Occupy Oakland. Occupy New York. Occupy San Francisco. In conclusion, I am. Did you just yell at a disabled guy to hold this thing? They told me there were plants here from the police. Plainclothes officer, let me just remind you, when you yell out at a disabled person, put down the cane, we know who you are. Welcome! Because, police officers, you're part of the 99% too! And you've got care, and you're children. There's a number of towns across this country. There's a number of towns across this country that are behaving differently than Oakland. There are police departments and police unions. Hang on. There are police departments and police unions across the country supporting the Occupy movements in their towns. Albany, New York. A beautiful example. The governor told them to remove the people, and the police said, we don't consider that part of police work. So the police do have a choice, even in Oakland. It's still America, Oakland PD. It's a free country. You can join us. You can join us. You don't have to join them. You don't have to be here defending Wells Fargo and Bank of America and BP and everybody else. You can stand up for yourself and everybody else. All right. So please keep this alive here. I know there's going to be a lot of snow this winter. Not here. I want to say one more thing about something I saw last week. Pete Seeger. He did a concert up on the corner. It was up in the theater in Arlo, and Tom Chapin and a few others. Did a concert up on the corner of 95th and Broadway at Symphony Space in New York. And afterwards they decided to march from Symphony Space down to Columbus Circle. That's 36 blocks. Pete is 92 years old. On two canes. On two canes, he walked the entire way. Wow. And when we got to Columbus Circle, and he was leading everyone, thousands of people, singing "This Land Is Your Land," and he looked over, and there were two New York City policemen singing along.
Anytime you say police, I'm saying fuck the police. Anytime you say police, I'm saying fuck the police. Fuck
There's good and bad police, just like there's good and bad people.
We are stronger than any rubber bullet or beanbag or tear gas canister. There's too many of us. And what are they defending in the first place? A broken system in a country that has benefited the few at the expense of the many. The time for that to end is right now. And when the history of this,
I know, I'm here to stand with you.
You know how sad it is? He says we're used to that. You shouldn't be used to it. You know, if you lived in any other of the West, the democracies, the one to the north of us, you know, you would never say a statement like that. Oh, we're used to that. You know, other people in other countries that decide to organize themselves differently. We can do that too. And don't worry, for those of you who aren't quite sure, who may just have stopped by to see this today, and you're wondering, yeah, but where's this going? I need to know more. I got to figure this out. Don't approach this like other movements from the past. Don't approach it like a term paper. Just join in, because the group itself, something will come out of this, and it will be good. It will be good and generous to each other. So everybody's got to come into this on some level, so we can make this happen. So the thing I wanted to say before the sound effects truck was that when the history of this movement is written about these first few weeks,
Or filmed.
where no, it's not going to fail. Or film, yes. You're making a film. I'm not making no. I'm sorry, I'm here as a citizen. By the way, haven't I made those films? I'll tell you what I'm happy about, and I have been a bit giddy and overjoyed these last few weeks, because at the end of my last film, I was pretty dejected. If you did happen to see it, and I didn't, and I said at the end of the film, as I was wrapping the crime scene tape around the New York Stock Exchange, that I just really, I didn't know if I could keep doing this. I don't know if I want to make another film, because I keep making these films, and it's, you know, you just wonder, when's this going to happen? When's it going to happen? And I said at the end of the film, let me know, audience or people, when you want to do something, I'll do it with you. It's a little rough being the poster boy on Rush Limbaugh or Fox News every day. And they can get away with it when it's just a Michael Moore and Naomi Klein, or you know, any of a number of other great people that have been busy on this issue for many years. But when there are 1 million Naomi Kleins or 10 million Michael Moores, they won't know what the F to do. So, and that's why they're confused right now. So, when the history of this movement is written, this week in Oakland, California, will go down as a watershed moment. People across America were disgusted by what they saw here, when average Americans trying to stand up and peacefully assemble to be brutally savaged and attacked by the police department that they pay for. That, let me tell you, the footage, you're here, okay, you're here. We're out there. We've been watching. Millions have watched it, and millions have been inspired by you, because the next night you didn't go away. You came back.